Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS Method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. It's been a bit of a crazy time in the crypto markets, so let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 0.14% to 16,362. Ethereum is up 0.44% to 1225. The Fed may slow the pace of rate hikes soon, but the Fed says that the market got ahead of itself and there's more pain to come. When the Fed says this, we actually expect yields to rise. As yields fall, the markets do quite well. That's the synchronization at the moment, but that could change in time. Just be aware of this. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in LV24. We've seen an absolutely stellar run in the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Unfortunately for Bitcoin and the entire crypto industry, the FTX saga has absolutely weighed the industry down. And the New York Fed expects inflation expectations to jump in October on gasoline cost fears. In its October survey of consumer expectations, survey respondents told the central bank that of last month they now see inflation a year from now at 5.9%, up from the 5.4% they projected in the September survey. 3 years from now, households see inflation at 3.1% from September's 2.9%, and 5 years from now, inflation is seen at 2.4%, up from 2.2% from the previous month. So this actually means that inflation expectations are getting baked into household decision making. Masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in TM4. When we look at crypto compared to inflation expectations, we can see the annual inflation rate is coming down. Also, the federal balance sheet is unwinding. It's down quite a bit. And we can see M1 and M2 money stocks also down. We can see the 10-year and the 5-year break-even inflation rates start to come down, as well as the 5-year forward inflation expectation rate. But this is very, very early days. If the FTX saga had not occurred, Bitcoin would be moving in directional alignment with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. As a community, we're focused on smart money thinking, not retail thinking. This particular little cartoon that I tend to show a lot because I think it's fantastic shows retail psychology. When the prices are going up, of course, everybody is really happy, and what's not to be happy about? It's fantastic. But when the prices start to come down, retail absolutely, literally empties the dance floor. And you can see this little guy here. He's climbing the wall. Absolutely, this is real. This is exactly what happens. But you can see as retail is actually leaving the dance floor, the best song is playing. The prices are starting to go up. How could this be? And I want to show you two things that will actually cement this kind of concept into your mind. And I'd like to thank everybody for their comments in yesterday's videos. Purpuratum said, "We have a saying in angling, the night produces the most fish." This is a really important concept. When does the night in the markets occur? It occurs when everybody is leaving the dance floor. And look at this. Price is going up. Returning to what Purpuratum said. So we have a saying in angling, the night produces the most fish. While others are still sleeping, i.e. leaving the dance floor, we set off on our night fishing adventure. The right preparation is everything. The three-way decision making always in mind. Then it works out with a big catch, an inner peace, and a fully and satisfied belly. A very successful week to all of you, and BKTO. What's that mean? It means be kind to others. A beautiful saying. Thank you, Purpuratum. Now, why would I talk about this? Because amid the FTX collapse, crypto funds see the largest inflows in 14 weeks. I'm going to go through a few headlines and just show you how the institutions are silently entering the market as retail is leaving the dance floor. FTX News: prosecutors to prove Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal liability. He could face criminal charges for using customer funds and as well as fraud. When Elon Musk was looking for backers for the private funding of Twitter's deal, he actually met with FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried, and Elon Musk said his bullshit meter was redlining. Elon said, "That dude there's something wrong, and he does not have the capital. He will not come through on the funding." That was my prediction. Elon, spot on. And Turkey's financial authority is investigating FTX's collapse. And it's joined the US and the Bahamas in investigating the exchange's fall. And regulators circle FTX as rival exchanges try to calm investors. Because due to the fallout of FTX, hedge funds and other investors, and of course a lot of people, are losing their money due to the FTX bankruptcy. The crypto industry is starting to self-regulate, and it's about time. We discussed yesterday how exchanges are starting to show their proof of reserves. And the CEO of Crypto.com, a Singapore-based cryptocurrency exchange, said the balance sheet is strong and we refute any financial troubles. But this is not stopping people withdrawing their money. It didn't help on Sunday that Crypto.com mistakenly sent $400 million worth of ETH to Gate.io. We don't really fully know the extent of FTX's bankruptcy, but we know it's impacting players globally. As FTX loses sponsorship deals, Crypto.com could be next. The Miami Heat have officially brought the heat on and terminated their naming rights deal for the FTX arena. And Crypto.com, one of the main sponsors of the upcoming World Cup, is also facing questions over its finances. And CZ, the Binance CEO, is announcing a crypto industry recovery fund for greater self-regulation. And this is, of course, something that they need to do, or else funds will leave centralized exchanges and go into wallets and DEXs, decentralized exchanges. And that, of course, will impact Binance. Binance is seeing a slight increase in withdrawals, but otherwise it's business as usual, says CZ. I'd like to go through the top cryptos to show you just what the sell-off has brought. With it, Ethereum still down, and down 22.60%. BNB is down 15%. XRP, even though it's rallied really strongly just of late, is down 18.63%. Poor old Doge is down nearly 39%. ADA is down 19%. Matic is up nearly 3%. Wow, go Matic. And DOT is down about 10%. And Solana has been very heavily hit, down over 57%. Extending out to the next group of cryptos, Uni is down a little over 18%. Tron, 21% down. We can see Litecoin doing quite well, just 0.7% up. Well done, Litecoin. It's pretty light. AVAX is 30% down. Link, 20% down. Atom, 28% down. XLM, 18% down. And Algo, nearly 28% down. So you can see it's affected the different cryptos differently. But I would like to show you something really fascinating. I would like to show you the wallet tokens such as TWT, Trust Wallet, SXP, Swipe, SFP, SafePow, Coin98, C98, Reef, and LRC. You can see that TWT has been on an absolute rampage as people were experiencing doubts over whether or not centralized exchanges and even DEXs would do really well. They were transferring their money across to wallets. This is something that you want to keep in your mind the next time something like this happens, and it will happen. This is crypto. And when you look at these particular 6, you can see TWT just going for it. SXP doing well, but nothing like TWT. C98 not doing too badly, but again, nothing like TWT. LRC is quite suppressed. SFP is doing well. It's like the second one, TWT, SFP. But LRC and Reef are very suppressed, and Reef is incredibly suppressed. And let's have a look at the decentralized exchanges, the DEXs. We can see Uni is down around 8.6%, so that's quite good in comparison to the top cryptos, the top 16 alts. XLM down around 18%, which is a top crypto. Cake down around 15%. Synthetics SNX down only 3.6%. Well done, Synthetics. Rune down about 25%. 1 inch 16% down. BAL or Balancer 21% down. And Sushi down nearly 25%. So the DEXs haven't got the particular focus of the market. It's more gone or actually been captured by the wallets. Let's have a look at how the exchange tokens are actually playing out. We can see BNB down 15%. That's quite good when you compare so many other cryptos have been just basically crushed. Leo down about 18%. CRO actually getting crushed, down about 37%. OKB is up nearly 12%. KCS is down nearly 26%. HT had literally hit very, very hard, 43% down. GT down about 22%. And of course, FTT from FTX, 92% down. This is why I said I wouldn't put money into FTT. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't or couldn't or whatever that you feel like you need to do, but just be aware it could go to zero and probably may, unless it becomes a meme coin. In the past, if you look back at what happened to Celsius's token, CEL, what happened to Voyager Digital, VGX, what happened to Luna and Luna C, and now FTT, all of those cryptos went down and got absolutely and utterly smashed, but they became very, very volatile. If you want to go into any of these tokens, please be aware of the risk and be aware it's really nothing more than gambling. And if it's gambling, that means that you have to be prepared to lose whatever you put in. If that's the fact, go for it. No problem at all. I think the problem is that many people think, oh, this will recover. It will all be good. Sometimes things don't recover, and we see that so many times in the stock market. But of course, there's always hope, and if you've been impacted by the FTX saga, our thoughts are with you. It's just a horrible, horrible thing. Sometimes when you look down the list of decentralized services like DYDX and TWT, you see some really, really interesting behavior. Just keep this one in mind. Some interesting news. Yuga Labs acquires WeNew and its flagship NFT Series 10 KTF. This could be really, really good for Ape. Some people think that the crypto industry is just a fad. That would be a mistake. The crypto industry is actually the next evolution of the internet. It moves Web 2.0, the internet of information, to Web 3.0, the internet of value. Just think about this. When Elon Musk's vision of colonizing other planets comes true, what are we going to use on those other planets? Are we going to pull a tenner from our pocket? Absolutely not. It's all going to be digital. And that digital future of money is in blockchain and crypto. It's not surprising that we see Singapore and New York regulators explore central bank digital currencies. Oh, this is crypto. And why are they doing that? Because in 2020, whoa, that's like about 3 years ago, nearly now, only 7% of the money supply was physical notes that you could withdraw from your bank or other savings institution. Just think about that. With 100% of the value of money out there, you can only lay your hands physically on 7% of that. And this was before all the crazy money printing. That figure would at least be half of that now, say 3%. So 97% of the money supply does not exist. If it doesn't exist, what do central banks need to do to cover their behinds? Because if there was a bank run, only, say, 3% of people could get their money. That's a bit scary. So what do they need to do? They need to create CBDCs. They don't have a choice. And to do that, they must embrace the blockchain. When you see headlines like this, it's good to understand the reasons behind it. We know that your beloved alts cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity. That is rule 45 from the Masterclass. But before we get into crypto, we need to mark up our charts with the CTKS method, then look beyond the charts into the natural markets that existed before crypto, stock markets, forex, and we need to track those. We need to understand how they work, and then we pop back into the crypto market, finding the market's focus, understanding that opportunities do reset daily. But before we buy or sell, before we pull the trigger, we must master emotional control. If we don't do that, fear will guide our decision-making process, and it will keep us off the dance floor, and it will throw us onto the dance floor when we should be getting off. And we know Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity, and your beloved alts cannot escape Bitcoin. So it's all kind of a big ball of wool, and it goes in and out of phasing. So what do we see here with the main markets in the past trading session? And Masterclass students, you get all of these live charts in TM6. We can see the VIX continues to go down, but it's starting to kind of bottom out here. This could be rather interesting. If we get a very big spike in the VIX, we would expect the major indices to sell down. If they sell down, they're going to take Bitcoin with it. And therefore, your beloved alts. Now, what is actually occurring here? You can see the DXY. There's so much exuberance coming back into the markets because the Fed is going to slow the pace of interest rate increases. So the dollar was hit dramatically or traumatically. It's been pushed, absolutely crushed down. But what do we know about sharp angles? When you get sharp angles, they tend to reflect. Please be careful. We would expect the VIX over time, we're not saying tomorrow, but it could be, the VIX to actually spike up, the dollar to spike up, gold to retrace, bond prices and bond yields to invert on each other. That means bond prices to come down, bond yields to raise up. And price is always moving in a wave. It's always going up and down, down and then up. So please be aware of this. When you understand the wavy nature of price, you can prepare for these, and please don't be scared of it. It's just the way that financial markets work. We can see oil is starting to lose its once support and turning it to resistance. And this is actually really, really good for inflation. We certainly want to put cheaper gas and petrol in our cars and bikes. And what we can see, the put-call ratio, we can see as well as junk bonds. There's an indication inside the market that there's been a lot of exuberance, and that's starting to level off now. So let's actually watch the markets and see what happens. But I would suggest keeping your eye on the DXY at the moment. And well done to all the people in gold. They're having an absolute field day. In yesterday's episode, I was explaining how price moves between support and resistance levels and how they become magnetized to each other. And I said, don't be too surprised if price moves back to a previous resistance level. And what actually happened? We saw that. It just whacked up, literally. It just exploded up to this SL, and of course this is total crypto market cap. It exploded to that 795 billion, but couldn't hold on because there was too much downward resistance. Now what is it going to do from here? It has a lower, and this is the entire crypto market, so this is a really good thing for you to look at. When we see this, We really want to see price come back and challenge this resistance line crypto-wide. If we can do this, because so many things, as you've already seen, were incredibly oversold. That doesn't mean they can't become more oversold, but it means people are starting to digest the extent of this contagion, if you like. If people look at it and say, wow, there's so much more to go, and the smart money, and you know what the smart money is doing, it's piling money into the market, to the crypto market. So that's why we've seen an uptick here. Just when retail was leaving the dance floor, what happened? The institutions came in and said, no, don't go, go all in and more. And then what did they do? Sell it down. Pesky institutions. We do have lower support at around the 779 billion and also lower support at the 762 billion. We're really keeping our eye on this 795 billion. And why are we looking at this and not a specific alt? Because this is the entire crypto market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, XRP, everything, TWT, DYDX, you name it, it's in here. It literally is in here. What we're actually looking for is a concerted effort to get above this particular resistance line, which will play out above 795 billion, and a movement towards the 816 billion. We really, really want that now. Why do we want it? Because there's not too much support below this level of very short-term support at 762. In fact, the next level of major support is all the way down here at 674 billion. Planet Pro asked the question in yesterday's video, hi Ken, when is CTKS Method version 2 going to be released? And that's a really good question, and I put a little answer here. What's actually happening, because the crypto market is just crazy right now, I'm putting in about 8 to 10 hours per day, 7 days a week, just preparing, researching, getting all of this data together, and thinking how I can deliver the absolute best value to our community channel. So I'm putting in about 70 hours a week, which is about 2 full-time jobs, basically to bring out this one video each day, 7 days a week, and no time off for me and my beloved Kate. Kate and I are always working together, but the concept, I'm just trying to find ways of actually decreasing this 70 hours a week so I can devote more time to getting the CTKS method out. And I do put in way more than 70 hours a week, and our long-time viewers know that. It's on top of this 8 to 10 hours a day that I put in all the other work that needs to be done. And I am shooting parts of the CTKS Method version 2 each and every day, just to let you know. So it's an absolute top priority for me to get it out. From tomorrow, I'll just seek to focus on the charts, and that should speed things along a little bit. I hope this is okay to everyone. Looking at the Stanfield levels on Bitcoin, we can see that 16626 level has been very, very important. We tried to get above it, but were squashed down. Note this underpinning SL at 15752. If we can't get above the 16626, we are definitely heading towards the 15752. What's the level below that? 14567. And where is the strength in the market coming out? It's from around 13,900, and you can see quite a few of those below at the current time. One thing that I wanted to show you, and of course the masterclass students have this particular video, which is LV25, Midterm Election Volatility Secrets You Need to Know. And that's inside the living video section of the masterclass. In that video, I did a deep dive analysis on the past 2 midterm elections and showed the potential price path under both. This is the 2014 midterm election, this is the 2018 midterm election. We were always keeping our eyes on these very strong support and resistance lines because they kind of fluctuated around a lot. But if we were going to lose that support line at 20,539, we definitely were going to go down. And if we cross through the Armageddon line, as I've been saying for months and months and months, we always had that potential of coming down to the next SL or even lower. And what we've seen with past midterm elections, we certainly didn't get the 2014 fractal playing out, but we're getting the 2018 fractal playing out. Masterclass students, please look at what comes next. You can see that we're basically tracking that 2018 fractal quite well. But in both fractals, there was a lot of downward momentum. So please, even if you can't watch the masterclass video, just be prepared for that with your three-way decision making. Three-way decision making means just don't automatically assume that it's the end of the earth, because when people are running off the dance floor, that's when we see the prices just rebound. And on this date, the 9th of November, I was saying, please be aware, double-digit gains are coming, and they actually came the next day. I wasn't saying the next day they were going to come. I was saying they will come. And what you have to be aware of, the same thing is going to happen again. Double-digit gainers will come. The question is, do we get a further sell-off? Do we reach the 15,752 mark, or even go down and then go up? Or do we see something else? And the one thing to bear in mind is that we may just oscillate in this range. We had a bit of a flattening out, but then there was some negative price momentum. And masterclass students, you'll see what came next after that. Always remember rule 252, be prepared and do not be scared. It's all about having courage, but of course you need knowledge, not just courage. You need to know what you're doing. And how do we get to learn what we should do? In episode 685, I talk about the daily three-dimensional risk management code, the BORSOG code. Episode 685 is all about explaining how this works. We just basically figure out what's the dominant percentage. Will the market go down? You always consider that first. Will it go neutral, which is just flat, in a range bound between two SLs? Will it go up? Of course, we all want the markets to go up, but we realize markets are all interconnected and intercorrelated. And institutions are always trying to lower this factor here, this third group of numbers. What is that third group? It's your synchronization factor. It's if you have the Midas touch or if you've done Hotel California trades. Thanks to Yana, that's a really cool comment. The concept is when you figured out where you think the market will go, or it can be even where you think retail thinks the market will go. That's often a good thing to look at as well. You want to figure out how this particular movement could impact your portfolio. What particular cryptos do you think will go down, be unaffected, or could go up? For example, if you had wallets, you would be doing really, really well as all of this unfolded. If you had DEXs, not too badly. But it's like everything. Things become clear after the event, seldom before. And it's really important to be kind to yourself and also, especially, be kind to others. This middle section is all about where you think your portfolio will go. And if you do this BORSOG code each and every day, you control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. And the market always gives you points for your knowledge and your courage. And if you're doing blame and gambling, the market will mercilessly take your money. Looking through the greatest gainers and greatest losers, synthetics, CRO, XRP, TWT, LDO, KCS, and Maker. The greatest losers in the top 100 across the past 24 hours, CVX, Casper, Leo, GMX, CRV, Aptos, and Mana. As a community, we focus on positive excellence, which is the basis, the foundation of sustainable fulfillment, meaning, happiness, and success. One of the ways that you can find meaning and happiness is to not focus on money. In fact, when you disassociate from money, when you see it as the outcome of a process that you put together, a knowledgeable process, a wise process, and a courageous process, you'll find that the money will come to you. When you make money the target, it often remains elusive. And of course, this takes a very, very long time in markets to understand. Yesterday in the comments, we were talking about what is a good driver of inner peace and what does it mean to you and what could it mean to others. And there were some absolutely magnificent comments. Powell H had a very beautiful comment. If you're mad and sad and upset about things not going your way, it's good to appreciate what you have in your life. If you've got good health, family, freedom, good pets, those are things that you can look towards. Not everything goes bad when something goes bad. And this attitude is absolutely beautiful. Go back, draw conclusions, and keep going. You're unstoppable. And this is the way we must be in Zone 3 and Zone 4. If you get whacked to the ground, you just get up again and say, next. Thank you, my friend. And Jade said about inner peace, problems are temporary and keeping grounded is really important. And if you feel overwhelmed, take deep breaths. And you can think of those negative experiences as just experiences. And being grateful and thankful for every experience is very, very important. Thank you, Jade. And Jen said, just heard Ken say this a while ago. When you get a setback of any kind in life, just say, wow, I can't wait for the promotion. Jen says, it's sometimes easier said than done, but I'm going to remember this one. Well done, Jen. And Michael, avoiding social media means inner peace. And Flopad Fug did some really beautiful sharing on inner peace and money. Flopad Fug was talking to their partner in life. Both came from a poverty mindset. So discussing money as neutral was new to both of us. Mostly, I was sharing insights gained from here, the community, and the masterclass. But she shared something that was quite amazing to me and made me feel like I had been blind. It's called arigato money. That was invented by Japan's Warren Buffett, Wahi Takeda. Arigato is thank you in Japanese. And when you say thank you for any money transaction, both in or out, both gain or loss, that is a game changer. That is exceptional. At first, it was very difficult for me to disconnect from money, but then it changed me. Flopapfag says the problem with money is that it makes entitlement so much easier. And we see this with people all the time. The billionaires just want more. The trillionaires want more. The millionaires want more. After all, they're all entitled to it. Get $1, I want 2. Get 1 million, I want 2 million. Get 5 million, I want 10 million. It doesn't stop. That's why we cannot make money the goal. It's an infinite commodity. I've done so much good for other people to gain my money. Why should I be thankful to people when money is leaving me? So looking at that loss or the money going out isn't looking at like it is an act of kindness. That's a really beautiful way to look at it. If you receive money, that's an act of kindness. If others receive money, that's an act of kindness. And if they receive your money, that's your act of kindness to them. It's very, very clever. And that may just take you one step closer to inner peace. Thank you, my friend. It's a really, really beautiful share. And please be aware, when people do long comments, they can get deleted from YouTube. And we've found it inside the community. And I've talked about this for many months, ever since YouTube changed its algorithm. So please make sure that you actually have your statement somewhere else and you just paste it in. That's the best way to go, just in case you have to break it up into smaller comments. And well done to everybody who pops in their BORSOG code each and every day. And we have such an incredible global family. I'd just like to read out a little bit of Miles' statement that he wrote. An important part of positive excellence is sleep. And if the quality of sleep is not managed, everything can break down physically and mentally. Mental sharpness can deteriorate and your emotions can take control of your daily decisions. And when emotions take control of anything, it's bound to be a disaster. And this can increase your stress levels endlessly. With our hectic lifestyles, sleep is often ignored as we're trying to get as much done as possible in each and every day. Balance of life will create happiness. Happy to share any healthy sleep management ideas. Miles, please do. It's a really important topic. And thank you for sharing, my friend. And Brett said, I love the positive excellence examples. This win or lose is so prevalent in life and it's hurting so many people. And it's terrific as a global family that we can counter all of that negativity and promote positive excellence. Thank you so much, Brett. And John said, inner peace gives you the ability to stay calm even in the most stressful of environments and to make better and more considered decisions. Thank you, my friend. And also, another John talked about inner peace. Where does it come from and how do we keep it? And this is really, really valuable to share with our global family. Actions in harmony with your boundaries and rules. Be firm and persistent. Take no heed of others who may want to steer you away from your principles. Thanks, Ken, Kate, and KS family. Have a beautiful day. Love and peace. Thank you, John. And having boundaries is incredibly important. If you want inner peace in life, you must establish boundaries with others. People will come in and want to trample all over those boundaries and disturb your inner peace. That's kind of life. That's just what happens. But you must be very resolute, just what John says, and be firm with your boundaries. I think a discussion on boundaries would be really, really good because boundaries can be quite hard to put in place. I guess deep down, everybody wants to feel loved and appreciated and wanted. And putting boundaries in place upsets the apple cart. You're basically saying to another, no, I don't stand for your bad behavior. Get out of here. Boundaries are incredibly important things to have and especially to execute. And hopefully you won't have to do it too often. But if you need to, you need to. If you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. And Matt, thank you very much for your comment. Very nice of you, my friend. And it's great to have you here. And there are so many insightful and fantastic comments. If you get a chance, please read through the comments section. You'll find gems in literally every video. We have such a fantastic global family. Let's have a look for some BORSOG opportunities. And one thing that we do whilst we're looking for those is to go through the CTKS Creed. The CTKS Creed primes our mind for profitability in the crypto market, but also for happiness in life. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. And the most positive affirmation that we can ever say is this one: I win or learn and never blame. These positive affirmation statements are so beneficial for your life, for your happiness, your health, and well-being. And no matter what the market condition is, we can always find opportunities. And if we don't find them, we find learning opportunities, which is just another form of opportunity. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.